Watch this entire video to know how the king of cricket, Virat Kohli, got back to form. उन्होंने अपने वीकनेसेस को कैसे ओवरकम किया. उनका एक पर्टिकुलर वीकनेस जो आउटसाइड द ऑफ स्टंप की बॉल्स थी, उन पे वो हमेशा आउट होते थे. उन्होंने उस पर कैसे वर्क किया, कैसे फॉर्म में वापस आए, कैसे संजय बांगरे के साथ उन्होंने क्या क्या चीज़ें की, इस पूरे वीडियो में हमने बताया. So please enjoy this video, watch this video and like and comment on this video as well and subscribe to the channel. Cheers. We're halfway through the Champions Trophy and this has been a memorable one for a lot of us. So specifically if we talk about India, India is finally in the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy and their journey till now has been really great, really emotional for a lot of us as well. And if we, hopefully when this video is out, they would have played their matches and we would be knowing what is going to be the result. And अगर इमोशनल के बारे में बात करूँ, विराट कोहली इज़ फाइनली बैक इन फॉर्म. हमें देखने को मिला था कि पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट एकदम अच्छा सा 100 उन्होंने बनाया था. कैसी स्ट्रोक प्लेस थी, कैसी थिंकिंग थी, कैसा एग्रेशन था, कैसे कमिटमेंट थे शॉट्स के लिए, वो सब कुछ डिफरेंट दिख रहा था हमें इस विराट कोहली के वर्जन में. सो आज हम इस चीज़ को एड्रेस करेंगे कि हमें जो दिखा कि विराट कोहली ने 100 मारा वो तो मारा, बट कैसे मारा, क्यों मारा, कहाँ से मारा, व्हाट मेड हिम रिकन्सिडर हिज ओरिजिनल गेम प्ले, हाउ ही वर्कड अपॉन हिज फॉर्म. वी गोना टॉक अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दैट टुडे. सो firstly talking about his when he was in form, that was between 2012 and 2019. So how would you want to summarize that version of Virat Kohli?
I think between 2010 and 2019, if you look at Virat Kohli, the way he played, the way he evolved himself, the young, brash, I would say on the face Virat Kohli is still on the face, but not young anymore, but not brash anymore, but a more confident Delhi boy,
Mature as well.
I'm talking about those times when he was young, brash Virat Kohli, on the face Virat Kohli, but had a very terrific technique, and that was a time he scored all his runs. I think he scored most of his centuries between 12 and 19. That was a time when all 2016 onwards till 2020 was the time he scored his.
He was at his peak at
his peak, and he scored his maximum centuries. I think 2020 is when the drought started. Between 20 and 22, that is when the drought continued over a period of 2-3 years. But that was a time when it was a certain Virat Kohli. It was a sure Virat Kohli. The hunger for runs was great at that point of time. Not that it has diminished a bit now. The technique was certain. The mind was not playing games at that time. The space between the 2 years was in a very solid position, and also he enjoyed his captainship at that time. And when he got irked on the field, तो अगर जिसको बोलते हैं कि उंगली कर दिया किसी ने उसको,
he never backed down as well.
That he would never back out, and that challenged him. And Australians also always were at the wrong side of it.
Correct.
And एक सीरीज तो मैं कभी जो नहीं भूल सकता, 2018 की इंग्लैंड सीरीज, जहाँ पे उन्होंने एंडरसन को अपना विकेट पूरे सीरीज में नहीं दिया. Although he got dropped a couple of times in Anderson's bowling, but he never gave his wicket to Anderson. And he scored a lot of runs in that tour. If I'm not wrong, some 400 plus runs he scored on that tour. So that was a time, and a time between 2020 and 2023 when it was an uncertain Virat Kohli. Not certain. The space between the 2 years was not too great. Probably doubting himself, doubting his own technique, doubting his abilities. So, and also probably when Lady Luck doesn't smile on you, so the first mistake happens to be the last mistake as well.
Yeah. So see, like जैसे आपने बोला कि वो 2 years 2021 to 2023, तो 2023 की ओडिया वर्ल्ड कप में तो हमें पता ही है कि उसने ही ब्रोक सचिन्स रिकॉर्ड इन दैट वर्ल्ड कप. ही स्कोर्ड सो मेनी सेंचुरी, सो मेनी रन्स, वाज द हाईएस्ट रन स्कोरर आल्सो इन दैट वर्ल्ड कप. सो उस टाइम पे ऐसा लगा था कि येस प्रॉब्ली विराट कोहली इज़ बैक टू फॉर्म. एंड अभी इतने रन्स, क्योंकि ओडिया फॉर्मेट जो है उसका फेवरेट फॉर्मेट है. ओडिया फॉर्मेट में 58 की एवरेज पे वो खेलता है. सबसे पसंदीदा फॉर्मेट है उसका. उस फॉर्मेट में मतलब रन्स ही जस्ट कीप स्कोरिंग एंड स्कोरिंग एंड स्कोरिंग, तो रन्स तो मिलते ही हैं उसको. बट अगर हम प्योरेस्ट रॉयस्ट फॉर्मेट ऑफ द गेम के बारे में बात करेंगे, टेस्ट क्रिकेट, तो फर्स्टली आई वांट टू टेक एवरीवन बैक टू दी बॉर्डर गवास्कर ट्रॉफी। वहाँ पे हमने देखा था पर्थ के पहले टेस्ट मैच में 100 बनाए थे विराट कोहली ने, तो हमें ऐसा लग रहा था कि यस ओके कोहली एक्चुअली फॉर्म में है, क्योंकि टेस्ट क्रिकेट में वो काफ़ी टाइम से स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे। क्योंकि अगर आपको याद है जो उनका लास्ट टेस्ट 100 आया था वो पिछले साल की बॉर्डर गवास्कर ट्रॉफी में आया था जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंडिया आई थी, उसके बाद उन्होंने एक भी 100 नहीं बनाया था। तो उसके बाद हमने देखा कि चलो ठीक है एक 100 आया है, बट फिर हम अगर उसके डिसमिसल्स देखेंगे, एवरी सिंगल डिसमिसल ऑफ हिज वाज आउटसाइड द ऑफ स्टंप। तो वो आउटसाइड द ऑफ स्टंप का जो उनका वीकनेस है वो आई थिंक सब लोग समझ चुके थे, क्योंकि अगर आप रणजी ट्रॉफी में भी देखेंगे ही वेंट बैक टू रणजी ट्रॉफी, वहाँ पे भी ऑल्सो ही गॉट आउट टू अ सिमिलर बॉल ऑल्दो ही वाज बोल्ड आउट, बट स्टिल वो वीकनेस शायद उनका एक्सपोज हो गया था कि आउटसाइड द ऑफ स्टंप, फोर्थ फिफ्थ स्टंप लाइन पे अगर आप डालोगे मतलब विराट कोहली आउट ही होगा। ऑस्ट्रेलियंस ने वो वीकनेस को आई वुड से पहचाना, वो वीकनेस को उस वीकनेस पे खेलने की ट्राई की, एंड ट्राई करते करते उस वीकनेस पे खेल भी गए। तो आई वुड से ऐसा लग रहा था कि आई मीन क्रिटिक्स भी सारे कह रहे थे विराट कोहली शुड बी ड्रॉप्ड, उनका फॉर्म खत्म हो गया है, कॉन्फिडेंस पे लो लग रहे हैं, ये लग रहे हैं, वो लग रहे हैं। सो वन थिंग दैट ही डिड was he went to Alibag to practice with his coach Mr. Sanjay Bangar for 4 days. So do you want to talk about that a little as to what was wrong? Firstly, आप ये आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो कि उसकी टेक्निक में क्या गलत था एंड उसने अपनी टेक्निक में क्या सुधारा है जो अब हमें देखा है कि 100 रन मारे विराट कोहली ने।
I agree with you. I think Border Gavaskar Trophy is one part to it. Prior to that, there was this India-New Zealand series as well, where I think Virat Kohli didn't score too many runs in that series as well. So there also, but that was a test by spinners. So there also, I think he failed to score runs. I think if you, अगर आप देखें, हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? एक बंदा जो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में 550 गेम खेल चुका है, आईपीएल में लगभग 250 गेम खेल चुका है, मिलाओ तो 800 गेम इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में खेल चुका है, ठीक है, दैट इज़ वन। एंड आई थिंक ही वुड बी अमंग द टॉप 10 or 15 प्लेयर्स in the world today who have played this many number of matches, given the number of IPL, given the number of T20s and ODI cricket which happens these days, and also the purest format. So individually he has played almost more than 40,000 plus deliveries. So therefore, yes, when somebody plays for such a long time, आपके आर्मर में जो शॉर्ट कमिंग्स है वो डेवलप होती है, बॉलर्स आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, एंड बॉलर्स लाइक टू गो आफ्टर यू टू यू नो गेट यू आउट, बिकॉज इट्स अ प्राइज्ड विकेट। जैसे सचिन तेंदुलकर होते थे, सुनील गावस्कर होते थे, लोग उनको आउट करने में उनको एक आनंद आता था, एंड उनको एक प्राउड मोमेंट होता था उनके लिए कि मैंने एक बेस्ट बैट्समैन को आउट किया है। तो विराट कोहली के लिए भी ऐसे ही है। तो व्हाट डिड विराट कोहली डू? विराट कोहली जब बीजीटी से वापस आए तो विराट कोहली इज़ वन पर्सन, उनका फिटनेस के बारे में तो सब जानते ही हैं। ही हैज़ नॉट लॉस्ट द लव फॉर द गेम।
करेक्ट।
he kept up his fitness, his appetite for runs, his hunger for runs is still there. He believes in process.
Correct.
ठीक है, he ensured that he works hard towards that process. So therefore, that 4 days in Alibag is part of that process, which he went to the coach with whom he worked right throughout 2000, I think the early part of 2000, between 2015 and 20.
Yeah, so Sanjay Bangar was a part of the Indian team set up from 2014 to 19.
Yeah.
And I think that's when Virat and Sanjay Bangar, they forged a good bond also. Because
And if you, I think he was also the head coach for RCB.
Yeah, so they were working very closely together as well.
Yeah, so therefore from that perspective, if you look at Sanjay Bangar को उनके गेम के बारे में I'm sure would know the technical aspects of the game much more than anybody else.
Correct.
And from that perspective, where is he going wrong? Because Sanjay Bangar, the coach would observe in his replays or in his videos,
Video
which
footage,
he would be seeing, or he would be seeing on TV also, कि this is where he's going wrong. where he's committed to the front foot. Okay, the back lift is not that high, or it's not there as much as it is required, and therefore those technical, probably ये बड़ी technical deficiencies नहीं होंगे. I'm not a great person to comment on the technical aspects of the game, but whatever I've seen and whatever I've read across, whatever has happened in those 4 days and spoken to a few people, I have understood that there were very small technical things, but to identify those small technical things requires the eye of an expert.
Correct.
And that is what Sir Bangar did for him.
Correct.
So what did he do for him?
Yeah.
That is the second part to it.
Before that, I want to know, firstly, before you address what he did, I first want you to address the problem कि actually problem थी क्या विराट कोहली के उसमें, कि क्योंकि उसका फेवरेट शॉट है कवर ड्राइव. आउटसाइड द ऑफ स्टंप हमें पता है कितने ब्यूटीफुल कवर ड्राइव्स मारते हैं, बट उसी शॉट को वो लेके आउट भी हो रहा था. तो प्रॉब्लम क्या था एंड फिर सोल्यूशन क्या बताया था संजय बांगर सर ने?
See, Virat Kohli recently said that a cover drive is a catch-22 situation.
Correct.
A catch-22 situation means it can go both ways.
Correct.
It can yield results. You can get you out as well.
Correct.
And we have seen that अच्छे बैट्समैन अपनी फेवरेट शॉट मारते हुए आउट हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि उनको वो शॉट मारने में कॉन्फिडेंस रहता है. समटाइम्स दैट कॉन्फिडेंस गेट्स द बेटर ऑफ यू एंड यू स्टार्ट प्रॉब्ली अंडर एस्टिमेटिंग द बॉल और द बॉलर, और डोंट प्रॉब्ली आई वुड नॉट से रेस्पेक्ट द बॉलर, प्रॉब्ली बी मोर ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट ऑन दैट फ्रंट. सो when you are looking at Virat Kohli, probably he was more side on initially, and the bat used to come from probably first slip or between the wicket keeper. Bat used to come down from first slip and the wicket keeper, and he was committed forward. His shoulder, his left shoulder used to point to the umpire. So the natural movement of the bat is behind. Okay, it will go either towards first slip or towards the between the first slip and wicket keeper. That's where the back lift will go. Okay, and so what happens? And because of his commitment for him committing forward, when the bowler bowls the hard length, he's already committed forward, and the ball in the BGT, especially in pitches in Australia, comes faster to the bat. He was already committed to the shot. He couldn't drop his wrist to let the ball go. Okay, this was the small technical issue that Kohli faced. एक चीज़ है कि बोलना है कि issue है, कि बोलना नहीं, this is a small thing, I will this is not a problem with me. But the greatness of Virat Kohli, I feel, is that he said that yes, there is an issue. The first thing about addressing an issue is to accept that there is an issue. If you don't accept that there is an issue, there is no issue at all.
Correct.
And you continue keeping on making the same mistakes. That is one. You will continue losing on confidence. That is two. Public scrutiny for a person like Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, who are the god superstars of Indian cricket, would be always at its peak. If he scores well, he will be up on a pedestal. If he doesn't score, he will be down. So that's how life is. That's I would say, the cost of being a superstar. But those things are later. The point is, he accepted that there is a problem. He took upon himself to correct the problem. He understood that enough is enough. What I am trying to do probably could be suited for other wickets, but not for Australia. So his back foot play was curved. He was not, when you are committed on the front foot, you are not seeing the ball till the last moment, because you are already committed. Okay, if the ball is short of length, you are not able to go on the back foot. There is a slight alteration in the stance that he did. The shoulder, left shoulder, instead of pointing straight towards the umpire, was slightly opened up. So it was pointed towards where? Between mid-on and the umpire. Not towards mid-on, but between mid-on and the umpire. So when you open up, you are able to play both back and on the front foot with ease. So you are able to play not only on the offside, but also on the leg side. Okay? So therefore, that is the scope that is the kind of scope which opens up for your stroke play as well. And Virat is a natural stroke player. He likes to move on with the game.
Yeah, he likes to attack and
Correct.
play.
The other thing is he is watching the ball much more closely because he has got that extra second.
Correct.
Because he's waiting for the ball to come to him and then deciding what is the kind of stroke that they need to play because he is not committed to a shot.
Even if you notice the match versus Pakistan also, he was playing a lot on the back foot as compared to the front foot where
He was playing both. If you look at the cover drives, the beautiful cover drives they hit, they all played on the front foot.
Correct. Yeah.
The on drive was played on the front foot because he was committed and played on the front foot. There were the
cut shots were played on the back foot.
So what opened to him? The horizontal back shots opened to him. The straight bat shots opened up to him. Okay, so he is a 360-degree kind of player, although he doesn't play the sweep or this one. I'm saying from the perspective of this, the horizontal bat shots and the straight bat shots, at least a 180-degree player. So from that perspective, the moment you have start getting runs under your belt, the hook shot comes out.
Correct.
And you start scoring runs out of that. Right. The best part of that innings, although you might say it was a placid pitch, it is not the Australian kind of wickets. The best part of that innings was that Kohli didn't get beaten even once in that entire whatever number of balls. I think he played 100 of 112 balls or 107 balls. He didn't get beaten even once during the entire course of the innings. तो ये बढ़िया innings थी, ठीक है, ये full confidence वाली innings थी, and यही अगर form वो इंग्लैंड कैरी करते हैं और यही वो टेम्परामेंट और टेक्निक इंग्लैंड कैरी करते हैं जो वहाँ की विकेट्स के लिए सूटेड हो, उसको देख के 2018 में उन्होंने वहाँ पे रन स्कोर किया है, ठीक है, तो उनको प्रॉब्ली ही विल गो बैक टू हिज कोच अगेन and look at what I did right when I scored runs in England, and I think Kohli is back to rule the world. So the king has arrived बोलते हैं ना,
the king has arrived.
शेर आ गया है हमारा अभी.
So I feel due credit to Mr. Sanjay Bangar for helping Virat, rectify this problem as well, and
I will say due credit to Sanjay Bangar for giving India its hero back.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So I think, one question that I have in my mind also while you were speaking, do you think this is a permanent fix for Virat? That since he has fixed this problem, something new may not arise? Or like we can see more of the prime Virat Kohli now? Or this is just a temporary solution according to you?
See, every solution is temporary till it is found frugal.
Yeah.
What I mean by it is till the time some bowler doesn't expose some other chink in your armor, okay, it's a solution which is as good as workable. The point here is probably he will now know that every situation demands, probably every touring country that he goes to, probably where the ball is swinging much, where the bounce is different, he might adjust it according to that. I think he's a great batsman. He's a batsman who understands his game. He is a batsman who knows how to score runs. He's scored runs. He knows how to score runs. So therefore, I think 14,000 and 9,000 runs in ODI plus another some 3,000 runs in T20 क्रिकेट, सब 20-22 हज़ार रन बनाए यार उसने. तो बंदे को तो पता है कि रन कैसे बनाना है, ठीक है, थोड़ी आ गई थी टेक्निकल कमी. So let's not start doubting his ability in saying that whether he will continue with this or not. He will do the necessary changes of what is required.
Yeah, and I think on air also Sanjay Bangar said the same thing, that because of this fix in his technique, and like you mentioned also, his fitness has always been at the top, not just in the Indian cricket team but in world cricket. He's probably one of the most, or rather the fittest player right now in world cricket. I don't think there's anyone who even comes close to Virat. So
at 36 years.
Yeah, that's the best.
Jadeja is one, probably who's 36, and probably as fit as him.
Yeah. So what he said also, like we can easily see Virat playing for the next 3-4 years if he continues this fitness, which I mostly think he will, and this form also now that he has rectified. And firstly, because what I used to think is he's not understanding what is going wrong with him. So to bow your head down and go back to your roots and work with your coach before the Champions Trophy is something that was a very good decision by Virat also to even consider doing that. And again, like I mentioned, Mr. Bangar as well to give us our old Virat back. And we can't wait to see what more he has in store for us.
Absolutely, I think, as you said, Virat Kohli playing for India for another 3-4 years gives a lot to the game, gives a lot to India, gives a lot to youngsters who are coming in, because India is in a stage of transition. You will have a few players going out. T20 has already lost Virat and Rohit from the ranks, even Jaddu. But you have players who have replaced them. But similarly in ODI cricket and Test cricket, over a period of time, you will see that people retire, people bow out of the game, people announce their retirement. So therefore, new people get in. But to groom those new people around you when they are in the playing 15, when they are in the 15 and not part of the 11, but part of the 15 or 17, that it is that dressing room atmosphere. And people like Rohit and Virat around, that makes a huge difference. Because when Virat was in his early days, it was Tendulkar who was there, it was Dravid who was there. Those kind of greats were there to teach them. So therefore, the Shubman Gills of the world, Yashasvi Jaiswals of the world should take advantage of the legends like Virat and Rohit who are in the dressing room. That is one. And speaking about Virat's fitness, he's a plus 10 on the field.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Virat is in the field, wherever he stands, he is the one who will give 110%. He will save you at least 10 runs in a day. Okay.
Definitely.
Those odd occasions when probably he might drop a catch or XYZ for whatever reasons, but at the end of the day, he's a person who will give you plus 10 on the field. He is a person who will lift the morale of the field.
Right.
He's a person who motivates. He's a person who, is on the face of the opposition. So therefore, there are a lot of pluses for Virat to be around. And 3-4 years is a good time for Indian cricket.
Definitely, and hopefully we can see many more centuries, many more runs from Virat, and not just centuries.
Virat is chasing one thing. He's already on 82. Correct? 18 more to go.
Yeah.
So that's, and Tendulkar was his idol, and the king is chasing the idol.
Yes, and I would like to end on one thing, what Shoaib Akhtar said, that all of us, we enjoy watching his post-match videos that he makes. So in that he gave a comparison. Virat Kohli's idol is Sachin Tendulkar. ये बाबर आजम and Mohammad Rizwan का idol कौन है? कोई है ही नहीं. So in the same way, like when you idolize greats, you become greats. You become great as well. And literally he said the same.
So I would not say that. Pakistan cricket also had its own greats.
Yeah.
There was Imran Khan, there was Javed Miandad, then post that there was
Wasim Akram,
Waqar Yunus. That's in the bowling department.
Yeah,
I would talk about batting. Inzaman ul Haq. You take about Yunus Khan. You take about Misbah ul Haq. So there were a lot of batting greats in Pakistan as well. And probably Babar grew up looking at them. And over a period of time, Pakistan got cricket has suffered for reasons best known to everybody. I would not talk about them on air over here. But at the end of the day, Indian cricket has got a legacy and it has followed a precedent that every successful team member like Sunil Gavaskar and the great Gundappa Vishwanath groomed the Tendulkars and the I would say the Dravids of the world. I don't think so they played together, but definitely somebody like a Mohammad Azharuddin, they played together.
Ravi
Shastri played together. So therefore they groomed the Tendulkars and the Dravids of the world, Gangulis. And when they are moving out, they groomed the Virat Kohlis and the Rohit Sharmas of the world. And when they are moving out, you have a Shubman Gill. So Indian cricket has got a lot of depth and also this culture, I would say, of grooming talent when you are about to give up the game for the country.
Right. And hopefully, like I mentioned, we see more centuries, more wickets, and hopefully we can win the Champions Trophy as well. That will give us a good, I would say, morale booster also for us as Indian fans, because we're no longer in the World Test Championship.
आई थिंक नोबडी डिजर्व मतलब इससे सबसे ज़्यादा तो रोहित शर्मा ही चाहेंगे क्योंकि उनको जितना क्रिटिसिज्म मिला है लास्ट दो सीरीज़ लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स में 2 सीरीज़ हार गए थे इंडिया में, वो 3-0 हारे अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड। उसके बाद बीजीटी में जाके जब वो कप्तान नहीं थे वो एक मैच वो जीते, उसके बाद वो जब कप्तान बन के आए वो सारा I think 3 matches in a row we lost the series 3-1. So therefore रोहित शर्मा को जितना क्रिटिसिज्म झेलना पड़ा है इन दौरान, मतलब फ्रॉम अ हाई ऑफ वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग कैप्टन टू अ लो ऑफ losing the series, losing in Sri Lanka the ODI series for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Correct.
Then losing in India for the last 3 decades, we lost in India for the first time. It was a whitewash. And going and losing the BGT after I think 10 or 11 years.
Correct.
So therefore, those are the kind of memories that people carry with them, and I don't think so anybody would be more happy than Rohit to take the cup in his hands.
And I would say even Gambhir till an extent, because he's also being criticized
both have
a lot.
been part of the system till then. I've been part of the system together, and both have been facing the same I would say both have been facing the same issue of India not doing well in home as well as conditions abroad. So this should work as a great elixir, I would say, for Indian cricket, and personally for both Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir तो फिर भी नए हैं सिस्टम में, ठीक है, तो he can still live with it, but Rohit Sharma has been a loud captain, and when a loud captain gets criticized, not a loud captain, a loud captain gets criticized, so the criticism is also pretty, I would say, sharp.
Yeah, that's true. So hopefully, like, we win the Champions Trophy, and we also, after this, the IPL comes in, and then we go to England. So hopefully we can get something in England as well.
One good thing this time which I'm seeing, that between the series in England and the IPL ending, I think the IPL ends on March 25th, if I'm not wrong.
March? No.
Sorry, May 25th. Yeah. May 25th. IPL ends on May 25th. And the series in England starts around 21st of June.
June, yeah. After the World Test Championship final, yeah.
Yeah, so therefore there is enough space of almost 3.5 weeks space for people to get back into red ball mode.
Correct.
Get to play with the Duke's ball.
Right.
Probably get to England earlier, understand the summer conditions over there. And at this time, India is not playing the World Test Championship, so you straight play the Test series over there. So India is not part of the World Test Championship for the first time. So, and if we are able to do some dent to England in England, I think we have not done that. The last time we were there, we drew the series 2-2. So if we are able to win the series, then I think it would be, and with a fit Mohammad Shami, with a fit Jasprit Bumrah.
Correct.
And I would like to see Siraj also coming back. So with this trio, with Harshit Rana as your backup, I think you can't ask for more.
Correct, yeah. So hopefully, let's see. I mean, that is something that definitely we're going to be making a video about that as well. And hopefully, if India beat whoever plays against them in the semi-finals, we're going to be making a video about that as well. So till then, like and comment on this video and share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and keep supporting. Cheers.